don't even act like one people. It's really like amazing to me.
Jim, it's people like you that need to get a bullet to the head. Because you're promoting hatred, bigotry.
So is it bigotry against pedophiles? Pedophobia. It's pedophobia.
You're low rent, low IQ trash. I was 100% right to call you a religious bigot. It's what you and your fans are.
But as a white person who is male, you're never told that there's anything you can do. You have no idea what it's like to be told you're not supposed to do that. That's not the kind of job for you, because the sky is the fucking limit.
What I was saying was that there's this YouTuber that I admire very much, that I used to admire, but I realized that his game is to punch down. But he always mocks people who are weak, who are small. I can't stand the big guy who bullies me, or tries to bully me.
There is a toxicity that has developed among gamers.
Okay.
Alright? It feels somewhat fascist in the way it's working.
That's amazing.
The haters on YouTube are on the verge of flooding with hate comments. Must wake up. Must fight back.
Trigger the libs, own the libs.
Computer got communism. No alphabet, not even numerals. Right. That fails to be fucking Wagner. Fucking what?
Jim, you're next.
I'm not saying this is exactly the pattern of agreement, but this is exactly the pattern of agreement.
Depends on the child, really, doesn't it? Most well-known and credentialed scientists of this YouTube community.
Yeah. You moron.
All I wanted to do was sit and fucking stream and have a good time, have a good game.
Got that.
That damn Kiwi Farms. Gas is
Got that.
What kind of fucking family is this?
Got that.
What the hell?
So basically, first of all, basically, first of all, basically, I have to say is that I don't know. First of all, how come, like, yeah, sorry, I'm with autism. I don't know how to use words that well.
My dad is not a fucking dork.
Dude, just talk to my fucking scientist.
I've got balls of steel.
Oh my god, no.
Blowing out your ass.
Hello everyone. You know who this is. Yet you have absolutely no idea. Of course.
Wow. Somebody gonna be famous. Real famous.
I sit here writing to you now with my exceptionally long penis very deeply and warmly into my vagina butt.
Isn't that neat?
Curly Hunter 77 has joined the game.
Call 911. This place needs to be swatted. It's obnoxious.
You have a bully cabal.
You don't find people being bullied into suicide on 4chan.
I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay, if he says any more bad words, I'm gonna hang up on him. He doesn't own Kiwi Farm, and he died less than me. A little kid named Moon owns Kiwi Farm.
How do they make this more and more epic every time? We'll defend ourselves!
I'm sorry I'm a soy-filled bitch who likes videos.
If we get Donald Trump just to tweet out, I mean, you know, just a tweet that mentions the hashtag Gamergate, it doesn't even necessarily matter how we use it. Man, the blue check marks are going to shit their fucking pants.
It's 2019. I can't believe anybody believes me. I'm a spinning fucking ball of water.
True. I bet you when Jim finds out, he's gonna just give me so much shit.
One never knows when the homosexual is about.
I've had over 1,000 rejections in real life, 2,000 rejections online, so that's 3,000 rejections total. I aim as low as possible. I aim for obese women, ugly women, ideally ugly and obese. I would do anything just for a 300-pound ugly white girl.
I said it's not even hot.
You are not allowed to bring her to the hospital. No, you get no permission to fucking do it.
You gotta be kidding. It's just like this declaration, right, of male dominance.
Put that in your pipe.
I definitely cheated on Super Mario with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Stop doing this stuff.
He's like the blue seductress who takes me out into the night and does wonderful things to me.
And now, stop!
How can a Yorkshire Terrier live in the wild? It's in plain sight, but you just don't see it. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, they're snorting up a storm there. How are we doing, chat? I know this is a little weird. I'd heard some medical reports from Dr. Ethan Ralph that I was unable to speak. That my voice had fled from me. It disappeared. He checked with his head nurse, King of Pole, and of course cancer specialist Mersh. And they'd all gotten together and had a little powwow. Can Jim talk anymore? Of course not. This is actually an AI program that's been put to use by Jade to sell hats to you. It's all one big scam. Jim's been dead for a while now, and the robot's in charge. It's been a little while. It's been a little while, chat. It's been a little while since I've been around. It's been about 8 months. It took me a while to go get that milk and those cigarettes. What have you been doing, Jim? Where have you gone? Well, we last left off with my Truman Show exit. I was, pretty clear that I was going to die. Had everything set up. I was looking, what would you say, resolute, resigned to the fact of it. Pretty much had everything planned out and been enjoying my time, shitposting occasionally on social media, watching anime, playing video games, reading manga, doing the man-baby shit that us chuds like to do so much. Oh, my manga. I love my manga so much. But of course, things just have to take a topsy-turvy little twisty ride and escalate a bit. So I had to come back for a little while. I'm now special needs, chat. Can we refer to me as special needs Jim? Jim? Special needs Jim. I like it. It has a nice little flair to it. I can even use the R word now, I think. I'm permitted to do that, as I'm now one of those people. But I'm dodging lightning bolts out here and thunder from the fucking heavens. Yahweh's up there throwing medical textbooks from second-year med students at me. Just trying to survive, trying to do my little Jimmy dance. I thought the cancer and all the autoimmune stuff, that was fun. But God was like, I think you've had it too. He's been watching too much anime, Jim. We need to mix it up a little bit. You're a little too relaxed about dying. So let's fuck with you some more. Of course, I have all our medical experts to weigh in on this. We'll take a look at some of their their brilliant thoughts on this. Of course, I'm talking about the team again of Ethan Ralph, King of Pole, Mersh, and let's not forget Specialist Bibble either. Rest in peace, Bibble, I guess. Bibble's disappeared. I don't know where Bibble's gone. It's a little bit of a mystery. I do a Blues Clues for Bibble, but I don't really give a shit. Not really looking forward to playing D&D with Bibble. I don't think anybody is. Maybe that's why he slinked off. But to catch you up, chat, on why Jim has crawled out of his fucking coffin for the time being, it's to sell you beautiful fucking hats. We all love Jim's hats. Let me move a little pudding. Over on Shopify, Metokur.myshopify.com. Buy the finest hats available. Jimmy's going to need to install tard rails in his house because shit's got real. Shit got real, chat. It's one thing when you're sick. It's another when it just piles up. So what's Jim been up to, aside from laughing at retards on the internet? Still doing that? Enjoying anime, video games, manga, still doing that? Apparently capable of speech. I know that wows some people, Ralph, but yes, I can talk. It's amazing. Well, let me walk you through my little journey. Let me take you through a little journey, chat, because eventually here what I'm going to do is probably put up a video, maybe in like a few weeks, and I'm going to try to crowdsource a diagnosis. Oh, it's far too late to really change anything, but at this point, I just kind of want to know what the fuck is going on. So let me walk you through it. Because I happened to post this when Mersh was pissing his vagina blood all over Twitter for the umpteenth time. I'm not sure why. He's a little upset. Maybe he's not making enough on his specialist pay at the hospital. But I put up my conditions. Now, I could have done this like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but it was funnier watching him get pissed off about it. Because for whatever reason, he's convinced I've been faking it. This is a long con. All part of my master plan of walking away from a lucrative streaming career for, like a year at a time. Because I like to keep you waiting. That's always a really genius idea. It always works out well for everybody. But I'll expand on this in the video later on. But just to catch you up, this is what I was. And of course it's too far down. Oh my God. Oh no, terrible. Things are going badly. There we go. There's little Jimmy's health summary. Now that was fun enough. You got lymphoma, Hashimoto's, hypertension, vertebral artery dissection, pulmonary nodules. Gotta love that smoking. Congenital spinal stenosis, sensorineural hearing loss, IgG subclass deficiency, symptomatic long-term steroid use, osteoporosis with current pathological fractures. We'll get into that. Inflammatory arthritis and absence of sensation. It was like my own spooky Halloween special. So much fun going on with that. So you can see it's a little bit of shit building up. That's why I stepped away. And I thought, okay, well, it's going to wipe me out. I'm just going to fuck off. I'm going to fuck off and spend time with friends and family and not have to worry about it too much. But then, like I said, God was like, hey, Jim, think fast, champ. I know you like the cancer. How about some heart attacks, buddy? How about multiple fucking heart attacks? Jimmy boy. Jimmy Bojangles, hat salesman of the internet. How about some massive fucking heart attacks? Oh, those were fun. Multiple fucking heart attacks. Can I tell you how fun those are, by the way? Not a lot of people experience them. I really love sitting in an ER room when they come in to tell you, hey, you're having a heart attack, and then literally listen to the doctors go into the corner and talk, whispering to each other, which is not ever a whisper, and saying terms like widowmaker. Always really just really bumps you up, really makes you have a super fun, happy time. Poor little Jimmy's heart. I made this for Mersh because he was, again, pissing blood for no reason. Faking cancer was so fun, I decided to fake a heart attack too. 4 out of 5 infarctions, pretty good. I had a lot of fun at the cath lab getting those stents placed in. Now you might be wondering, what does little Jimmy's heart look like? I've got a fancy picture for you, chat. Let me share that with you. That would be that would be the spider web of my heart. And what looks like that little wrench there, I guess that's a stent, or one of the surgeons has a really funny sense of humor and left shit in there. I don't know. I can't tell. All I know is I got the BBC version of a stent. It's like a 48 millimeter Synergy. It's a big boy. There's another one you can't really see down in the left lower corner in the RCA. So I got double stented. That was fun. That was 2 weeks of super fun times at the multiple hospitals, multiple stent procedures and angiograms. But again, you know, because God's got a very funny sense of humor. He's like, hey guy with the cancer and the heart attacks. Think fast, asshole. Let's break your back too. Let's crack your back. Pretend I'm Bane and you're Batman, and I'm just gonna knee the shit out of you. Oh, that's fun. Now, the tragedy of this isn't that my body is deteriorating at an exponentially fast speed as I sail my way into oblivion. No, the humor of this is that I'm going to die a manlet. Listen to that impression. New L3 superior end plate compression fraction with 15 to 25% loss of vertebral body height. God didn't think it was funny enough to smite me. He's going to make me a midget before he does. This is payback. This is payback for all the short jokes I've made. The unending fucking short jokes that I've made. And all the poor little manlets out there. So God has literally broken my back. And now little Jimmy is going to need a mechanized suit to take a shit. Little Jimmy's going to have to put railings up everywhere. You know, that's part of life, though. What can you do? Unexpected things happen. You plan out the best you can, and I did. I planned out, I thought, exceptionally well. Little Jimmy's going to the pine box in the dirt. Got my affairs in order, had everything set up, everything was smooth sailing, just going to watch my little anime, play my little video games, and just fade away as I shitpost on social media occasionally, enjoy myself a little bit, and then here's some multiple heart attacks and a broken back. There's other shit with fractured ribs. It's been a lot of fun, let me tell you. I can highly rate the differences now between narcotics, at the very least, because they've been loading me up with goofballs like you wouldn't believe. Oh, I am fucked up. So I guess that's the trade-off. We're going to explode your heart and shatter your back, but here's some really fun drugs to enjoy. Oh, you gotta love it. You have to love it, folks. Where can we go from here? I don't think there's a body part or symptom at this point that hasn't been literally anally fucked into the dirt for me. That's cancer, autoimmunes, IgG deficiency, loss of hearing, eyesight, fractured ribs. I got fucking kidney stones, broken back, heart attacks, and yet I'm still here. I'm still here. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's my affable personality or lovely sense of humor. It does put some things into perspective. Now, I was going to actually jump from this point right into talking about Ethan Ralph's edgy poetry, but Knitter won't load for me. We will play it later. But it did put some things into perspective. It'll make more sense when I play the clip, but it's funny to me that Ralph is all, I don't know, in a very depressed mood right now, writing really edgy Tumblr poetry about insignificant shit. And I am literally dodging thunderbolts from the heavens, Ralph. Maybe turn that frown upside down. Now, there's been a lot of things that have happened since Jimmy was on last time. We had a lot of fun things happen almost immediately after the last stream. I'll catch up. We'll do a little catch up. A little bit of a sector recap chat on what's been going on. What's been happening in the sector, as they like to call it. Well, firstly, there were the hacks. Now, time to come clean with you, chat. Time to be real with you about things. All those good friends that I told you I had on Twitter, those were actually my accounts. And I got banned. I got shit kicked off of Twitter. So I had to go looking for other social media. Where am I going to post? I went over to the Fediverse. And I joined up with two different instances. One was Chudbuds and one was Post. Now, immediately, Chudbuds started getting fucked with. Now, Chudbuds was just a kind of a Twitter clone run by somebody named Claire, who's disappeared from the internet not because they were hacked, but because they're horribly embarrassed by the fact that they got hacked through a Minecraft mod. How does that happen? How do you get compromised by a Minecraft mod? I don't know. But the instance got hacked. And you know what they found? As they dug through all the private messages, this was the treasure trove of the master hacking that went on at Chudbuds. Jack shit. You know, it's funny to me. I think people were expecting that they were going to see many gay ops in my DMs, in my private messages. And instead, all they ended up finding was me talking to people, saying, hey, how are you doing? Or just not responding to anyone. Or talking about inane bullshit about video games or anime. Shocking. Now, everybody else apparently was part of super secretive groups running ops against one another. Ops upon ops upon ops. But your boy Jimmy Bojangles not doing that shit. His hands are clean. Of course, Chudbuds wasn't the only one that suffered a hack. Post got hit as well. Same thing happened. DMs get released, and what do you see? Nothing. The only thing that was found in my private messages, after all these hacking attempts to find something of interest, was me laughing about the thought of Nick Fuentes getting ass fucked by Ronald McDonald. Devastating. Truly fucking devastating, chat. Now, Chudbuds is gone. The Fediverse instance doesn't exist anymore. Post is still alive and kicking, and that's where I shitpost primarily. I mean, I can't even look at Twitter anymore. I don't know what Elon's doing. You got to give the guy a hand job and about $50 just to be able to shitpost a little over there. Then having to use Knitter, which is like some weird Black Ops approach to reading Twitter posts. It's some fucking convoluted way of getting around Elon's desperation to make you pay $48 so you can not get, what do they call it when they fuck you out of reading? Over on Twitter. I don't even know what his term is for it. I don't know what Elon Musk is doing over there, aside from making it unusable. It was supposed to be a shitposter's haven. Oh, we're going to get rid of political persecution. Going to get rid of censorship and all of that. And now you've got the ADL calling the shots. There was a post about that today from, what is it, Greenblatt. You got other people talking about putting a new trust and safety commission in place. You've got to pay money. You're getting rate limited anytime you try to read something. Is this like some tax write-off scam? Did he take like advice from Bankman? You know, our boy, our crypto king who won't see a day in jail. Did he take advice from him on how to fuck a company into the dirt? I don't know. There's got to be more to it. I don't know what Elon's doing exactly. Have you been enjoying it? Have you been enjoying not being able to use Twitter at all, ever? Because apparently nobody. You got to pay money. Fuck that. I'm not going to get verified. I'm not paying money to use Twitter. I'll use Knitter. As long as they can keep it going. I don't know how he keeps it going. I don't know what he's doing exactly or who runs it. But it's pretty good. It works pretty well. But not at the moment because I can't play for you Ralph's slam poetry. It's fucking sad, I know. So here I am, 8 months later, coming to recount some of the fun things we've missed to talk about the sector. Sell a few hats, buy my tarred rails so I can take a dump. As I crawl around my house, waiting for the next plague to fucking hit me. I feel like I'm a personal Egypt for God right now. Maybe he's going to send frogs next. I don't know. Plague of darkness. I have to stop by the butcher shop and get some fucking lamb's blood to avoid the next thing. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. Got to keep a positive attitude. I've tried to keep a positive attitude about it. You know, as I've gotten into new hobbies, I've been enjoying audiobooks. And a lot of the, most of it's apocalyptic shit or creepypastas that are like 5 hours long. Let me tell you, they loved me. They loved me on the recovery ward at the cath lab. Oh, they love that. There's nothing more fun than listening at full volume to some horrifically apocalyptic shit when somebody's in the next room with their grandmother. Do you hear the machine beeping? Some old lady just barely escaped death. Her family's huddled around her. Oh, it's okay, Grandma. It's okay, you made it. We love you. Everything's going to be all right. And then muffled through the fucking wall, you could hear some try-hard fucking narrator on an audiobook from YouTube saying shit like,
and the demons ass-fucked all the victims in blood.
And you hear that machine start beeping faster. Grandma's like, what the fuck was that? I was talking about demons. Oh, God, Timmy, my heart hurts. I was talking about...
all the blood and sacrifice, painful anal sex.
And we got the family members screaming, who's playing that shit? Oh, yeah, they loved me. Sir, could you please not play that on the fucking heart attack ward? You're scaring the goddamn patients. Actually, it was beneficial in one regard, because I could figure out what the best stories to listen to were when I heard the flatline. If I heard a flatline, that was the sign that I'd found the perfect creepypasta. Oh, this must be scared. Killed that motherfucker. That guy's a goner. That guy's a goner. I know I'm bouncing around a little bit here, metaphorically, because I physically can't do it anymore. I've turned into Tonka. I'll be in a little wheelie chair soon. But I enjoyed my time. It was a nice time in the hospital. I suppose the staff were all very nice. I have to complain a little bit about the facilities. For some reason, they don't like giving you showers. So you're stuck in this little room with a toilet. But not like a completed bathroom. I felt like one of those people that was doing like an RV stream. You know those RV good life people on YouTube where they put $5,000 into their fucking kitchen, but then they have a bucket to shit in? That's kind of what it felt like. Like maybe they didn't complete the fucking design. And I don't know if you know this. Maybe a lot of you wouldn't be, experienced in this. But when somebody gets really sick and they're in the hospital, they stink. Man, woman, doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter. There's a smell. There's a terrible smell associated with it. And if you keep a motherfucker in a room for like a week without a shower, and they get that smell going, and it's awful. And they give you these little body wipes. And I mean, they're tiny. And these things, they're like the kind they give you at a rib joint. You know, the type that you use to like wash your face and your fingers, but it really doesn't do the job very well. It just makes you smell a little chemically and you're a bit sticky afterwards. And that's what they expect you. So I want you to imagine me fucked up in every possibly conceivable manner with tubes just jetting off of my body, looking like some weird cyberpunk amalgamation, some futuristic shit, with these little dainty fucking handy wipes trying to get clean, and it's just not working. I think they hated me there. Aside from playing all those creepypastas and scaring all the old people to death, I was the guy shouting out the room, "Nurse! Bring me more nappy wipes. My balls still smell. I can't, the smell won't go away. Bring me more nappy wipes, nurse. I need at least 40 of them. Nurse, my testicles. I need 40 nappy wipes or somebody's going to vomit. The smell is getting to be too much. I can't bathe in this toilet. It's too small." What an enjoyable couple of weeks. Enjoyable. Fun times. Fun times. But as I said, I'll do a bit of a sector recap for you. I see the super chats. I will try to read some of them. Again, because my voice apparently still works. It's amazing. I'll read a few of those for you. We'll talk about some of the big events that have happened over the last 8 months, because I have been watching it. I know you might think it's infeasible that I can do this, but I can. I can. So, we've talked about the hacks that happened that really resulted in nothing other than Chud Buds getting shut down. Post is still around. But really, what was the big beats of the year? Outside of, mainstream news, but the sector news. Well, I'm sure you've all noticed. Of course you haven't, because nobody pays attention. Who gives a shit about America First anymore? America First? Nick Fuentes and Ralph have had a big breakup. Oh, it's so sad, tragic. Cozy numbers are plummeting. Nick is running around. Now, I think the last place we left off with Nicholas Fuentes. Let me see if I've got a picture. Can I put a picture of him up? There we go. Heartbreaking, chat. Now, I'm sure you remember this. This was one of the top relationships of 2022. Two beautiful gay men in their interracial relationship. It's the modern age. Nobody should feel ashamed. They were meant for each other. Nick was going to be his campaign manager and help Yeezy, going to help Ye become president of these United States of America. Flew out to California. It's a big deal. Real big leg up for Nicholas. And he needs a leg up because the motherfucker's short. Don't worry, Nick. You'll probably be taller than me by the end of this. It's more of my spinal cord disintegrates. But I'm still taller than your little midget ass right now, so I'm going to keep those short jokes coming. But there he was with Yeezy. Took an insane black man off his medication. And then made him do puppet shows for Alex Jones. Really great for a presidential campaign. I'm sure a genius strategy. Well, it turns out, through all the leaked information that's come out, that Nick basically was hanging out in an Airbnb for like 4 months doing nothing because Kanye fired his ass after making him look like a fucking buffoon in front of the entire world. Who would have thought, huh? Even if he is off his meds and a bit, insane, he probably doesn't like being made fun of by literally everyone, and probably thought Nick was primarily responsible for all of that. Now, the wild part of this story is Nick and everybody else treats it like, oh, well, Kanye's a joke now. We don't care about Kanye. You remember Beardson Beardley, the little leprechaun gnome of Cozy and America First? That dude dedicated himself to buying Kanye West gear. Shirts and shoes and pants and chains and CDs and everything. It's like a little fangirl. Doesn't do that anymore. Kanye kicked his ass to the curb. Of course, that was the start, not the end for all the bad news for poor little Nick. Because Nick had to deal, and I kid you not, with the most terrifying thing you could probably imagine. A time-traveling pedophile. Allegedly. I should say allegedly, because I don't want Ali Alexander digging my corpse up to sue it at some point in the future. Now, allegedly, this is so fucked up. The Kanye thing implodes. America First has to deal with the fallout. Nick isn't looking too good. It's not looking so great for him. Their numbers are diminishing. He's getting made fun of. So what happens? All this information gets leaked by Milo Yiannopoulos. Now, Milo, who's been in this game forever, somehow snake them so well. Milo gets this dude becomes a part of the Kanye West presidential campaign, makes $40,000 through billings, gets a bunch of shoulder rubbing, meets a bunch of people. It's looking great for him, and then he bails. Right, he dips out before all the negative press just berates and hits Nick, and then once it's done, he pops back in. But Milo, wanting to enjoy, the corpse of America First mounted on his wall, decides that he's going to start a campaign against Ali Alexander, one of Nick's close confidants, somebody that Nick hobnobs with, somebody that does favors for all the AFers, gets them their accounts restored. I don't know exactly what the allure of Ali Alexander is, but, whatever, Ali Akbar, whatever his name is, he's got multiple names. So Milo starts dropping information. Turns out there are numerous allegations from young men saying that Ali Alexander touched them in their no-no naughty square. Uh-oh. Turns out one of them, maybe you, if you've watched streams I've done before, they did a stream where Baked Alaska went on an RV trip, and there happened to be somebody named Smiley aboard, and we found out the reason he was named Smiley is because the man has a penis the size of a horse's. He likes to show it off in little short shorts. I know he knows what he's doing. But that's why he's got a big old smile on his face. Well, apparently Smiley interacted with Ali back when he was a kid, 14, 15 years old. Somebody was looking for dick pics. Apparently Ali was out there trying to get dick pics from a lot of young teenage boys, allegedly, based on what Milo Yiannopoulos has posted. Now, you think this would be catastrophic for an organization? You've got a group of people that are trying to be political, trying to raise money, trying to change America and do all this shit. And now you got this dude who's got I'm not even kidding, 25 allegations of trying to hit on young boys. Now you'd think in that situation, Nick or anybody in AF would immediately disavow Ali Alexander. You would be wrong. No, Nick and everybody else decides to side with them. Going as far, I'm not even kidding, Ethan Ralph and Nick Fuentes both decide that they're going to say they were asking for it. That these boys were sluts and they were asking to be molested. by this Sammy Davis Jr. lookalike who time travels. He talks about time traveling. I should really look that clip up so I can play it for you, because I don't think you appreciate how absolutely insane he is. Let me do that right now. Should have been prepared. Terrible. I don't know. Chat, as I'm doing our little recap here, do you want me to find the Ollie Alexander clip of him being a time-traveling pedophile? Would you be interested in that? Shall we talk about him being a time traveler? What a fucking horrible concept that is. How has that not been made into a horror movie? I want you to think of how fucked up and scary that would be. You're sitting there talking with your friends. What did you see, man? Oh, they made this new Hostel movie? This brutal torture scenes. It's so extreme. What about you? Oh, there's this psychopathic serial killer who rides his little tricycle as a doll and like brutalizes people in death traps. And Bob, what did you see? I don't want to talk about it. What do you mean you don't want to talk about it? Listen, man, I watched this fucking movie about this guy when he gets mad at you. He travels into the past and he molests you. When you make him mad, he fucks you in the butt when you're like a preteen. And he just does it to everybody. It was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. It was the scariest fucking movie I've ever seen. Oh, God. Oh. Let me see if I can find the I'm absolutely insane time traveler, Ollie Alexander. Of course. Is it gonna let me find it? Ugh. I'm so unprepared, chat. This is terrible. I've got two videos I want to play for you, and I can't find either of them. One because Knitter's not working, the other because I guess Ollie time traveled and fucked with the search results. I mean, some poor engineer at YouTube just got molested when he was 6. Oh, he didn't see that coming. He probably did see it coming when he was 6. And it dramatically scarred him. That's why these search results aren't up anymore. It's fucking terrifying. We'll get the clip. I'll get the clip. I'll play the clip. I'll find the clip. But all you need to know is that Ollie was out there doing all of this and nobody disavowed him. Which started an entire thing, a big discussion. And a big fracture in the group, because apparently Baked Alaska was friends with Smiley. Got him to go on the Killstream, where Ralph basically called him a slut and said he should open an OnlyFans. Really great way to talk to somebody that went through traumatic child sexual abuse. Call him a slut and tell him they were asking for it. You know, AF really shoulder to shoulder on this entire thing. And at this point, I don't think Ollie's even fully been disavowed, because it like seemingly keeps coming up that Nick Fuentes associates with him. Not a good look. Not a good look. Of course, this leads to fallout where Baked Alaska, who's now gone to prison twice, once for the J6 stuff and once for the, was it macing a bouncer? I think he went to like a normal jail for that one. Comes out and finds out nobody in AF wrote him. Nobody cared about him. And while he's in jail, Nick Fuentes cancels his Cozy channel, kicks him off. Just throws him to the curb. Of course, he's not the only one. Ralph gets thrown to the curb too. We'll get into that more in a bit. But now they're like bosom buddies again. I guess, you know, they've been through a traumatic experience with one another. They can go down to the FBI building together holding hands, talking about their hatred of Nicholas Fuentes as they turn over state and federal evidence. Oh, can somebody explain to me this? I've seen Jaden, who was a former AFer and a friend of Nick Fuentes, bring this up when he plays a clip. There's a clip of Fuentes outside the Capitol on a loudspeaker, telling people to rush the barricades, to push past people and to get in there, inciting the crowd to go do what they did. And Nick gets into no trouble for it. Never charged, nothing happens. But other people, in fact, wasn't it the leader of the Proud Boys that he just got sentenced to, what, 17 years? I'm pretty sure I saw like an old grandma get like a year and a half. Yet somehow Nick's on tape, telling people to rush the barricades, to fight security, to get in there. Nothing happens to him. A little bit suspect. Got me thinking a little. Got the noggin jogging a little bit. What's going on here? What's going on here with this AF organization that seemingly can be involved with illegal acts where the leader never gets in trouble, and he's shoulder to shoulder with an alleged pedophile who, I guess, seemingly molested like 25 groypers, and nobody cares. They blame the groypers. Oh, you were asking for it, kid. You deserved it. And yet, somehow, this is the person that's going to save the future of, the future of America. This guy. This guy that looks like he wants to kiss Kanye West on the lips. Give me a kiss. Right on the lips. I don't know. I'm starting to get a feeling that maybe, this is a fucking honeypot. Chat, does it make you think a little bit? Does it make you think a little bit? Maybe this is a fucking honeypot organization? A little bit of a honeypot organization doing some things they shouldn't be doing? Now, I don't want to make it seem like it's just Nick out there doing terrible things and saying terrible things. Well, again, we'll get to the big part of the Ralph stream, but one of the things you need to know about Ralph is he went like on a 6-month bender, and this bender happened to coincide with around the time Chudbuds got, hacked. And one of the things that happened to Claire, the owner, is her nudes were found. They got on her computer. They ratted it, essentially. They got backdoor access to her computer, found some naked pictures on her computer, or maybe it was her phone, that she'd sent her husband. And I want you to listen. Again, this is kind of during the build-up to Milo Yiannopoulos talking about how America First has a pedophile problem. Listen to what Ralph says should be done with the naked pictures of this woman. Just because I think people forget this particular clip, so I think it's good, just a refresher.
By the way, I completely avow sending classmates of her kids all of her nude pictures, if that's legal. Making them known. Don't send them directly, but just make them known. I don't think you can send them directly. I think that's illegal.
So Ethan Ralph, I want you to understand what he's fucking suggesting here, because there's another clip where he doubles down on this and says, in fact, he definitely wants to do this. He wants to take naked pornographic pictures and send them to children. He wants to send pornographic pictures to school children, not just her children, but her classmates, their classmates. He wants to send pornographic pictures to preteen children in elementary school as a pedophile scandal's going on. As Ali Alexander's being accused of molesting groypers, Ethan gets on there and says, let's start sending porno to kids. I want you to do my bidding. Get out there and do my bidding. I'm just going to replay it because I don't, you hear that and you're like, Duck, did he really say that?
By the way, I completely avow sending classmates of her kids all of her nude pictures, if that's legal. Making them known. Don't send them directly, but just make them known. I don't think you can send them directly. I think that's illegal.
You think that's illegal? No, I could probably tell you that's horrifically illegal. I think that's about as illegal gets. Now I almost want to give him some benefit of the doubt, because at this point he was like liquid Xanax. He was like on 5 bajillion milligrams of the shit and about 4,000 modelos were coursing. He was more Modelo than blood pumping through him at this point. So you'd think, okay, maybe he's so fucked up in goofball land, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But no, he doubles down on it. So you've got this organization, again, because Ralph at the time was still part of Cozy. You could say he's not part of AF, but he's definitely part of Cozy. He's friends with Nick. And they've got this, I think Ali Alexander's like 30 or 40. This 30 or 40-year-old man constantly hitting on teenage boys, allegedly, according to Milo Yiannopoulos. Again, allegedlys are everywhere here. Doing that. And then this woman has her nudes leak. And you've got another person at Cozy, not just blaming victims of Ali Alexander, saying they deserved it, they're sluts that wanted it, but also saying that you should start sending out nudes to classmates, not even people related to this woman, just random children at the school. You should start sending those out to. Now, I don't know, we've seen Ralph kind of descend in his zanny spiral, which took place for about 6 months on the internet after I left, which would have been great content, let me tell you. But, he got this, you can kind of see him here. He's a little spooked. I like to call this Zanny fever. This is the ghost of Modelos are haunting him. He doesn't really, he's looking around. He's checking the perimeter. Let's one more time. Oh, where are this? Oh, I heard something. What is that? Is that the police? Does Modelos are talking to me? I don't know what's going on. is a little spooked. A little spooked. I'd be a little spooked too if I was advocating creating a group of, well, advocating that people essentially engage in probably one of the most illegal acts they could that will get you beaten to death in prison. It's not really high up on the popularity list. You know, what are you in for? Murder. How about you? Oh, I stole some shit. How about you? Oh, you know, sex stuff related to kids. It's a great way to get killed and shanked in jail. But of course, good old Ralph, he doesn't care. He's got that heat. Look at him. He goes, I ain't scared, bitch. Memphis 10. Oh, all sorts of crazy shit going on with our boy. What has Ralph been up to? Well, he went into a bit of a spiral, had a bit of a domestic with his family. His wife left him, took the kid. This is the second time this has happened. Went on a zanny spree. Long-lasting, 6-month-long, 7-month-long zanny spree of modelos and zannies. Finally culminating in Nick Fuentes saying, I don't want your drunk ass showing up at one of my events and embarrassing me. And that's when the war started. And what war are we talking about? Well, of course, it's the Ethan Ralph versus Nick Fuentes war that we all knew was going to happen. We knew eventually it had to happen. Now you got Nick out there. He's trying to recreate his image right at the height of this. This happened within the last few months. He's out there. He's doing stuff. He keeps going on different shows, and it's not working out super well for him because you've got to understand, every time Nick Fuentes goes on to a new podcast, whether that's Sneeko or Pearly Things or Fit and Fitness or whatever the fuck they're called, every time he goes on, there's some new news article or somebody just basically, they repeat this back to him.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Because they're baffled. What does that mean, Nick? What did you mean when you told people that having sex with women was gay? He's struggling through it. There's nothing funnier than looking at Nick Fuentes surrounded by like a 6 or 7 fucking 6'5" black guys and a bunch of black women all looking, just staring at him as he tries to explain his political beliefs and talk about how having sex with women is gay. So Nick's out there. He's doing his thing. He wants to hold new events. And you got Ralph, who is just so fucked up he's incoherent. I mean, it's just disaster time for Ralph. It was a really rough 6 or 7 months. And Nick sends him a message, hey, Rage Pig, don't fuck my event up. Could you try not to vomit and shit yourself? That would be a great help, please, for the love of Christ. It's so fucking embarrassing knowing you. Could you just not fucking embarrass me? And Ralph, being the reasonable person that he is, declares total fucking war. It's a jihad against America First. And he offers something, what did he call it? A-log amnesty? Which basically means stop picking on me. He he put out an offer. What a great offer. Hey, stop picking on me. You guys are being real mean. Stop picking on me. If you can stop picking on me, I'll stop threatening to murder everyone and dox everyone. And this lasted 2 weeks, 3 weeks before it went down the shithole. Before he's popping zannies and drinking again and starting fights with everybody. And he went after Avon Chartsdale, which was like his biggest donator. This guy would religiously donate to Ralph. Defended him, kissed his ass. Then he goes on stream and basically says, I know what you look like. I know where you live. I'm going to post pictures of you. I'm going to post your name. I'm just going to fuck with you on a personal level. It's a big old fucking spiral. And poor Ralph, he's kind of out there on his own now. And I don't mean just like domestically. I mean, whatever. His personal relationship didn't work out. The wife took the kid. I mean, like co-host wise. He's got there's nobody left. They've all kind of fucking disappeared. He's driven them all off. Now he's literally left with people that used to fuck with him and troll him are the only people that come on his show. And I'm pretty sure they're just seeing how long it's going to take to drive him over the edge. It's like a long con. I mean, you remember Bibble, right? Let me give you a quick refresher course on our little boy Bibble. This was a co-host of Ralph's who was around for quite some time. One of the great medical team that works with Mersh and Nurse Pole and Dr. Ralph. Give you a little refresher on Bibble the D&D Lord.
Now it's time for the counterattack, and we're going to keep going at you until you know what's going to happen. Some fame seeker is going to go out there and they're going to try and get a picture of you, Jim. Some somebody who wants to be famous on the farms is going to go out there and snap some candid photos of you. I don't want it to happen, but that's what's going to happen. That's what happens when enough people get on there, enough people get in the chat, they all rile each other up. You know how these fucking schizos are. I don't want it to happen, but that's what's going to happen. They're going to go out there, they're going to take pictures of your wife out in the front yard. They're going to try and take pictures through your window, Jim. They're gonna try and do something crazy. They might start up a stream and start walking around your house. They might try and press your wife out in the front yard or at her work. I don't want any of that to happen. But you know, as long as the more this continues, the more these schizos get all riled up. And you know how they get, man. You know how they get. All you got to do is just, you know, post a letter of apology on your Twitter, go on your stream, say that you lost. Say that we won, and then delete everything and never come back. That's all you got to do. And we'll stop talking about you. And the schizos will forget about you like they always do. So you see, but what's going to happen, and Jim thinks, oh, well, I'll just disappear. This is what I've always done. When the heat starts to really get turned up, when the schizos start to really get riled up, I just go away. We're still going to talk about you. We're still going to talk about you. We're going to have a daily Metokur watch.
A daily Metokur watch. That was one of Ethan's close co-hosts, Bibble. Bibble, by the way, interesting fact, after he goes on this tirade, Jim, you need to apologize. We're going to knock on your windows. We're going to press your wife in public. Fun fact, Andy Warski and PvP over at the Kino Casino decided they were going to dedicate a show to Bibble. They're like, hey, Bibble, we know who you are, I guess. And we're going to do a show on you because it's funny. And now Bibble disappeared. Wow, that's so weird. It's so weird that Bibble was there gleefully talking about people sneaking around my house and trying to break in. And the moment somebody says, hey, I know who you are, he suddenly vanishes. Bibble's no more. He's poofed. It's like, it's just disappeared. It's an unsolved mystery. Is that show still around? Are they still doing that on Netflix? Maybe we can get a Bibble episode going. Find out what happened to Bibble. Where's the mysterious disappearance of our boy Bibbles? How will we ever play our games of D&D without our Bibbles? It really makes you think. I got to say, you know, health-wise, I've sure taken a hit, but boy, oh boy, all the people I was laughing at have really been stumbling over their asses for the last fucking 6 to 7 to 8 months. AF is pretty much a joke at this point, known for being full of pedophiles. Ethan Ralph's live has devolved into gutter trash. Bibble is run for the hill. Nick Fuentes basically is a laughingstock. Power Chat's kind of imploding as Louise and Baked. I don't know what they're doing with it. All I know is I keep seeing streams of them kissing transsexual men. There's something really weird with America First. It's like a beard. It's like a beard for sexual degenerates who talk about being virtuous Catholics and conservatives and wanting to fix America, but really they just want to have really steamy, hot gay sex with each other, and they just can't cope with the fact that that's what they're into. Live your best life, boys. Come on. What are we worried about here? It's time to embrace it. You're all really, really gay, and we all know it, and that's okay. Nobody's judging you for it. Louise, Baked, Beardson, Nick Fuentes, Dalton, our little dancing Dalton, the Michael Jackson impersonator, Warzoroot, even Ralph, who had his own leak happen, where they found a letter that he had addressed to a man, a gay love letter, talking about a 4-year relationship. Let's put the cards on the table, boys. It's time to come out of the closet. I think everybody in chat can agree. Chat, can you agree with me? Is it just time for them to live their best life? Should we do a poll? Let's do a poll. Yes. And I'll add the no option. Nobody's going to choose it, though. All right, there we go. It's time we just go for it. Is it time for the entire organization known as America First, Cozy.tv, to come out of the fucking closet because nobody believes it anymore that these people are straight. There isn't one that has a functional relationship with a woman. Nobody could keep their marriage going. Nobody could keep a family unit cohesive. It's just a bunch of dudes that seemingly play grab ass with each other over and over and over again while baiting idiots into getting arrested for federal level crimes. So is it time? Is it time just to come out of the closet and suck that dick publicly? There's nothing wrong with it. We all accept it. All right, it's okay. It's fine. Nobody's judging. Nobody's judging your desire to huff cock. I mean, you got a case in point. I said that the people that used to make fun of Ralph are now his co-hosts. King of Paws, now a co-host of Ralph's. We've got King of Pole, Outline Hunter. I think he's in chat today even. Going on Ralph's stream repeatedly. I mean, the signs are all there. This man literally begs for dick pics. And he was accepted into the warm embrace of Cozy. And Nick welcomed him with open arms too. So let's just be real. They're all gay. They're all gay, and they refuse to accept it, and I'm sick of pretending they're not. I think we're all just sick of pretending they're not. I'm looking at this poll result, chat. 92%, that's a pretty overwhelming majority. 6,000 votes, 92% of you. All pretty much in agreement. It's like 5,400 people. It's time to live their best life. It's time. Oh, man, these fucking people. I look back to that first debate that I had with Nick Fuentes back in the day. This is when our boy Alberto, TND Alberto, was out there. He was on Cozy. He's friendly with all the people over at AF. They weren't hating him just yet. Hosted a stream, a big debate stream. All the Groypers are watching. They're all riled up because how dare GM say that flagging down people is wrong. And I remember sitting on that stream. And I remember how it went and looking at those poll results afterwards where they got blown the fuck out. And now here we are. Oh, it's been a year and a half almost since that little debate. And everything is just a trash fire for these people. Just a fucking trash fire. I mean, I thought criminals were based. That's what I was told by Hitler 2, 3, and 4. But now Hitler 2, 3, and 4 is trying to tell me that dressing in trash bags and voting Kanye was the way to go. And, try to fuck over Trump. And posting up creep shots of Jaden repeatedly on his account. All this kind of imploded on him. Who would have thought these two, this iconic duo, would have broken up and gone their separate ways? Very sad. It's very sad that this went this way, but there it is. I mean, that's the start of it. And somehow I'm, even as my body literally implodes on itself, maybe God's keeping me around just to watch the implosion. And when they close Cozy, that's when I'm just going to croak. Maybe that's what it is. I'll take it. Thank you for the extra time. But just watching it devolve. Because now if you go over to Cozy TV, you're going to get, I don't know, like 100 viewers watching shit. Nobody's watching anything over there anymore. You're going to watch Wurzelroot get fatter. You watch Beardson get shorter. You're going to watch Nick get gayer. Like, what's the appeal? What are you watching for? Not a lot going on. And Ralph has spun off onto his own thing over on Rumble. Tried to do the A-log amnesty, but it blew up in his face, kind of, because now he's going after everybody once again. I don't get it. I thought the whole point was he was going to go after AF, but then started fighting with the A-logs once again. The truce lasted a whole fucking day and a half. Really good. Really fun. Let me put my little pudding back up. I miss my little pudding. What the fuck? So not going great over there. So what else is happening in the sector? Well, Kino Casino's still going strong. I've seen a lot of hate for them. Mainly coming from AF people. Ralph in particular, a couple other people here and there. And I was like, why are people so mad at Kino Casino? What about it, Ashton and Andy? Are they so fucking mad about? You know, then I watched a couple of their Kick streams. Now, I don't know how subscriptions work over on Kick. I'm assuming it's kind of like Twitch, right? Where it's like $5 or something. And I unless I misheard them, I think they have like 2,500 fucking subscribers over on Kick, which is insane. If it's $5 a subscription and they have 2,500 subscribers, they are rolling in fucking money. On top of all the other extra shit, you know, the donations and all the other extra shit they do, they're killing it financially. And then you've got Ralph trying to do A-log amnesty and go after AF. This is his big moment to shine. Struggling to pull in $300 a stream. Watching Ashton and Andy pull in a ridiculous amount of money. It's insane. So I'm going to guess that's where the ass hurt's coming from. Not 100% certain. Sides have changed. Streamers have jumped off and done different things here and there. You know, I'll let you in on a little secret. It's a little cyclical thing that I've noticed has happened anytime a niche topic pops up on the internet. Kind of happened with internet blood sports. But generally, this is what happens. A novel concept is introduced. 3 or 4 streamers or groups of streamers will put out a larger show. They'll get the bulk of the money, the bulk of the viewership. Then you'll have your medium streamers. They're around 1,000 viewers maybe. They make a decent living. And then your smaller streamers, and they make, a good pocket change. They've got a loyal audience. And so this new hot commodity is out there. Let's say it's internet blood sports. So when that was going on, you had like Andy and Tonka and Failure. You had all these different shows. And for about a year or two, it'll be pretty popular. But then the infighting starts. Then everybody starts going after each other. Because either the initial topic is passed, or animosities start to pop up, or personalities rub against each other the wrong way. And so shows start to kill each other off. At the same time, you've got a group of people in the audience that are like super parasocial. Now, these aren't these aren't donators or fans. These are people that probably have hand-drawn wall posters up for the fucking host of the show that they watch. But that parasocial relationship twists and it turns as time goes on, and they get angry. They get mad. Because they're going to do it better than any of these fucking shows is going to do. So as time goes on and these shows start to implode and fight with each other, you've got this small subset that's going to show everybody how it's done. And so they go about destroying these shows, and then they start their own shows, and they're boring as shit, and nobody watches them. And then that entire topic, that novel approach, that small little genre is dead, buried, and gone. So I don't know what you would call the last year or two. It's not really internet blood sports. Would it be the wild run of the A-logs? The anti-AF arc? Whatever you want to call it. But you've noticed kind of the bigger shows disappear. Kino's Casino's kind of held on. A couple of the smaller ones have held on. And you've got new people trying to pop up and fill that gap. And who do you have? King of Pole? Perspective? I can't even pronounce his fucking name. He's so boring I can't stick around long enough to hear what it says. You got Bibble, who disappeared into the D&D dungeon, never to be seen again? Oh, we're about to hit a drought, is what I'm telling you. I've been watching now the last 8 months. You're about to hit a drought. You've got some people that switch sides at the worst conceivable fucking moment. Won't name any names here. It's feasible. You might be able to come up with your own names on what's going on. But they chose the worst possible time, and now they're selling Disney toys or something? I don't even know what the fuck that is. How do you go from running a successful stream to selling Disney toys? Like Disney collectible cards? Really? Some weird shit going on. Oh, hold on 1 second here. I think our poll is good. Our poll is done. There we go. All right. The poll was pretty handedly one-sided. Now I know. In regards to in regards to a specific subject of an individual who was angry about his name being put out there, I get it. I understand it. Had my name put out there. Had my information put out there. Nobody likes it. Everybody likes being anonymous. They like having anonymity. But I would say it's a little weird to go from one group of people you could be mad at for putting your name out there, I get it, to the other group who was the initial people that put your name out there. It's like you're running between. It's like you're a beaten housewife and you're running between two husbands that beat you. Maybe choose a third path that doesn't involve Disney figurines and kissing Nick Fuentes' ass. Because I'm pretty sure those guys hate you. And they used you. And they're going to just toss you aside. I don't know, man. I know it's rough. It's a weird situation. But you got that going on. So the sector is just, it's very weird. I think Ralph is kind of on his last legs, I guess. Metaphorically speaking, I mean, I don't know where he goes from here. He's talking about like moving again, maybe. Is he going to go to Cuba? Is he heading to Cuba, maybe? I don't know. Is he going to go to some South American country? Maybe. Oh, it looks like Knitter might be working. We might be able to actually get the clip of Ralph reading his I'm So Sad poetry. Chat, would you like to hear his I'm So Sad poetry? Okay. Let's go. All right, we got it. We got it, chat. Knitter's working for a minute. I gotta take the moments. I gotta shoot my shot, chat. Let me up the volume here. Let me get the desktop audio ready to go here. Make sure that's playing. That should be good to go through. Okay, 1 second. Chat, apparently we've got Christmas carolers at the wrong time of year. Oh boy, surprises at the door at Jimmy's house. Just give me a minute. 1 second, chat. Let me put on some music and go see what our disturbance is here. 1 second.
The haters on YouTube are on the verge of flooding with hate comments. Must wake up. Must fight back. This is the links on the list. Look here, extra computer got communism. Look, no alphabet, not even numerals. Right! That fails to be fucking right, man. Fucking what? Jim, you're next.
I'm not saying this is exactly the content of agreement, but this is exactly the content.
Depends on the child, really, doesn't it? Most well-known and credentialed scientists of this YouTube community.
Yeah. You moron.
All I wanted to do was live this fucking stream and have a good time. Have a good game.
Got that.
That damn Kiwi Farms. Gas.
Got that.
What kind of fucking family is this?
Got that.
What the hell?
So, basically, I'm
Okay. All right, we're back, chat. We're back. Disaster averted. Not swatted. The police are too informed for that to happen. They know they can just ask for hats whenever they want them now. It's apparently, I've been door dashed. Somebody sent me some delicious McDonald's. That's a little cuntish. Hey, dude that just had like multiple massive heart attacks. Have some McDonald's. That's going to make you super healthy. Bro, I heard you had a heart attack. Here's a bucket of lard. Eat it like a pig. Get down on your fucking hands and knees and eat it like a pig. I want to hear your heart explode. Enjoy that Mickey D's, heart attack patient. But it's a thought that counts. It's very sweet. It's a very sweet gesture. It's a very sweet gesture. I'm loving it. Da-da-da-da-da. Maybe it's because I talked about Nick Fuentes getting fucked in his butt by Ronald McDonald. That's why. That's why somebody's like, I'll get you, Jimmy. Oh, you think clowns are funny? You think McDonald's is funny? How about you eat this? Is it Big Macs? Whoppers? Whatever. Fucking hamburger. Eat it. Shut the fucking fries down your throat. We're loving it. Okay. I completely lost track of where I was. We're good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine over at Jimmy's house. I'll have to buy the clown his own fucking. I'll have to buy Ronald a hat or two. Unnerved me a little bit. I'll admit it, boys. In the process of quitting smoking, you got me smoking now. Enjoying a cigarette over here. Nothing says recovering from a heart attack better than a cigarette and McDonald's. Really, it's the best approach you can take. It's heart healthy. Now, what was that? Okay, we're at Ethan Ralph. That's what we were talking about. Our boy Ethan and his slam poetry. Now, I don't know what could compel a man to ever actually read this out loud, as embarrassing as this is, but apparently he did. It's not too long. It's just a minute and 40 seconds over on Kinoshay's, well, I was going to say Knitter account, his Twitter account, if you want to watch it later on, pulled from one of his streams he did recently. It's a little bit of slam poetry, a little sad poetry. I want you to get your mindset mentally prepared for this, chat. Remember back when you were like 12 and you had a crush on somebody, but they didn't like you back? So you got really sad. And you had all these things you wanted to say, but of course you had common sense, so you never wrote them down and gave them to that person? Well, Ralph decided, here's a good idea. I'm going to read this in front of an audience that likes to fuck with me. I'm going to read my sad preteen poetry out to the audience. Now, I'm not sure, is this Ode to Piggy? I'm not sure what the name of the fucking poem is. But we're going to listen to some of it. So prepare yourself. Put yourself in that mindset, heartbroken 12-year-old. I'll make sure I've got the audio ready to go for desktop. There we go. Let's listen to this. This is the master of the written word. If you remember back to when Ralph and I first had our falling out, he wrote some really hard-hitting articles, smoking the fire or some shit, about me that we read on stream. So this is coming from that literary genius. Here we go. Again, I don't know the name of the poem, but he's going to read it for us. I'm excited. Good music choice. He's just preparing himself. I know I'm not showing the video. You just need the words. They touch the heart. I know it's ironic. They touch the heart.
This is the poem I wrote to my wife about a month ago.
This is the... Okay. Hopefully the audio is coming in clear for you. This is the poem he wrote to his wife about a month ago.
I said, I don't know what to do or what to say. I think about you every second of the day. If I should die before I wake, I pray to God your life be great.
Woo! Oh, God. I got some tears in my eyes here, guys. Oh, you know, nearly dying didn't make me cry like a bitch, but this is some heartrending stuff. Roses are red, violets are blue. I love you, bitch. I don't want to divorce you. The ground is flat, the sky is high. I don't got nothing to rhyme with that. I'm just so sad. Is that about the level we're at here, Ralph?
We must be separate for a while, but all I want is you to smile. Our love was great and grand and rough, but I know it made you tough.
This is fucking awful.
I never want to let you go. Life has told me I have to, though. I really, really don't want to listen. The ring you wear, I hope still glistens.
No, you know what? We're going to rewrite some of this. Let's go back.
I never want to let you go. Life has told me I have to, though. I really, really don't want to listen.
I like the way you look when my piss makes you glisten. Is that romantic? Did that rhymed, right? That was alliterate enough for a horse?
The ring you wear, I hope still glistens. And if it already has been shed, I hope you'll remember when I'm dead.
That Nick Fuentes is a Fed.
That I really, really loved you so. I just didn't always know how to show.
Bish.
And, that was the poem that I wrote there.
No wonder she left you on read. Dude, I want to put you on read. What the fuck? What was that? That was like a handicapped preteen. That's not even a fully functional child wrote that, Ralph. What the fuck am I listening to? That's you make Hallmark writers seem like literary giants with that shit. I could buy a card for $1 that's better at what you're attempting to do. Ralph, what is this? We need to really analyze this a little more.
This is the poem I wrote to my wife.
Could you imagine, like, you're like his wife, and you've fled the country when he wasn't around, and taken your child with you, and this just pops in your inbox?
About a month ago.
He's like, no, baby, I'm off the drugs and the drink, and this pops in your inbox.
I said, I don't know what to do or what to say.
I eat shit every day.
I think about you every second of the day. If I should die before I wake, I pray to God your life be great.
Bish! He needs to add more bishes in there.
We must be separate for a while, but all I want is you to...
Oh, no, I got it. I got a perfect follow-up line for that. Hold on.
Before I wake, I pray to God your life be great.
It's coming.
We must be separate for a while.
Allie Alexander is most definitely a pedophile. Allegedly.
But all I want is you to smile. Our love was great and grand and rough.
But you never stopped laughing when you saw me in the buff. Bish! 4 tits ain't nothing to be ashamed of, Memphis. 10!
But I know it made you tough. I never want to let you go.
That's why I locked you in the basement, whore. I'm coming for you. Well, that doesn't really rhyme. It's just anger seeping out.
Life has told me I have to, though. I really, really don't want to listen. The ring you wear, I hope still glistens. And if it already has been shed,
I'll murder you in my mother's bed. The end. That's how he closes it out. Sincerely,
I hope
Ralph.
you'll remember when I'm dead that I really, really loved you so.
Even though you're a horse-faced hoe. See, it's just they just pop off. They just pop. I should have been a quote maker like Aloise from Reddit. That should have been my job. I could have been on Fiverr right now selling those poems, making relationships last.
Always know how to show. And that was the poem that I wrote there.
Whew. It's some heady shit. Some heady shit. We got a few more Ralph clips. Let's see what he's been up to. Just recently. And some audio.
Kino Gay is just desperate to spread this retarded theory that I was drunk and or pilled out all day. I did a 9-hour stream and was not fucked up the entire time. I know that his paymasters at the Kino Casino will do basically anything to get that across. But no, I wasn't fucked up. I wasn't drunk.
Can we be honest here? No man in his right mind who's sober is going to read a poem of that caliber sober to an audience of more than none. I would be embarrassed to read that in a mirror, Ralph. Why are you reading that to an audience? You could have sounded and behaved the most sober way possible, and I would not believe you to be sober. Just because you actually read that abomination to your audience. Why? Why would you do that? Now, I know maybe you're unfamiliar with this chat, as we're kind of, finishing up on Dissector with Ethan and all of this. But you've got this guy who's fighting now with the Thorpes, who I'm not really super familiar with. Some weird kind of alleged incest shit going on. I don't fucking know who these people are. But Ralph goes on to the Thorpe stream with like the dad and the daughter and other people and just gets mollywopped. I mean, gets just fucked into the dirt. Brutally fucked into the dirt. With no mercy. For like 5 or 6 hours straight. And he sits there and he takes it. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why. Why would you sit around for that abuse, Ralph? Why would you sit around and let them just shit on you to that extent? It kind of blew my mind. I thought, somebody's going to pull him out. Somebody's going to step in and pull him out of this. But nope, he just sat there and he took it. He sat there and he let them shit right in his mouth, which he probably enjoyed, unendingly. It's very brutal. It was very brutal. Oh, I saw somebody in chat bring up Pippa. Oh, should we take a break from the sector and the depressing people in the sector and talk about Pippa? Oh, our little Pippas. Holy shit, Pippa, what have you been up to? What's your sub count now? Pippa Pipkin, let's go take a look. How far up have you gotten? Holy shit, Pippa's live. 260,000 subs, good God. The little rabbit's fucking exploding in popularity. 261,000 subs. Wait a minute here, rabbit. Now, all the sexual degenerates in your audience got you to show feet at like 100,000 subs. Weren't you supposed to show your armpits at like 200? You're like 40,000 away from having to show your belly now. Pippa, where are Pippa's pits? Chat, Pippa lied to you. Pippa's sitting at 261,000 subs. Where's Pippa's pits? I demand you go to Pippa right now. Don't just open up the stream and be like, where are Pippa's pits, rabbit? You owe us. It's 260,000 subs. You promised us. We're all freaky little degenerates. Not satisfied with just your feet. We want Pippa's pits and her tummy. What's going on here? Pippa, lying to your audience, promising them Pippa pits, never delivering. 260, god damn. You know, at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised if Pippa probably hits 300,000 by end of the year. It's probably like 500,000 or 1 million subs by the end of next year. That VTuber shit's just exploding. Like, they all do crazy numbers. Very dedicated fan bases and everything. Well, as long as you're not lying to your little degenerates, promise some pits and you don't deliver. That's right, you go tell her. You go tell her. I like to imagine they're like, what the fuck is going on right now? Who are all these perverts demanding my pits? I'm gonna go. Yeah, it's just nothing but people in their chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. It's just, where are your armpits, Pippa? Show us your pits, Pippa. Fucking
Jesus
confused.
Christ, you guys are insane. Look, man, dollars. Where are the pants you have it? 500,000 subscribers, man.
500,000. That wasn't the deal, Pippa. You lying fucking rabbit. That wasn't the deal. The deal was 200,000, 250,000, maybe. Oh, dono scam.
Push anybody at it.
Pippa Pits is a dono scam. What are you doing? Oh, I see the chat's rising up demanding rabbit armpits.
When I need them. Happy Jesus and Big V. Why am I
harassing this poor innocent rabbit? This poor innocent rabbit that's done nothing to anyone. Demanding this. They're so confused. What the fuck? What are these disgusting perverts demanding from me right now? It's terrible. Rabbit's trying to get out of it. I know what's up. I know what's up, Pippa. We all know. Can't lie to us. You can't lie to us, bro. We know what's going on. Oh, let me see here. You know, there's something else I was going to show, too. Let's see if I can find it on this specific account. God, there's so much of this now. It's actually, Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see if I can find it. See if I can find it. It's a little too much. Sorry, chat. 1 second. I'm looking for something specific. Here we go. So, apparently, after I just said, I'm going to take a small break here for a second and go wolf down that fucking McDonald's like a pig. I'm going to eat food strangers gave me while you harass a rabbit. But while that's going on, apparently I have a music career. I didn't know this. Maybe you did. Somebody's programmed a robot to start a musical career for me, and they won't stop now. They won't stop now. We've got a whole selection of music Jimmy sings a whole bunch of fucking music, and it's just as bad as you can imagine. AI singing in my voice, which should never sing ever. Ever. It should never fucking happen. But it's Jimcore. You're correct. So I'm going to put that on as break music. We're going to take like a 5-minute break here. Let me just do that. You know, I'm going to call it the singing robot break. I think these should play, hopefully, properly. Put the singing robot break on. There we go. I'm going to let you listen to he literally named his channel AI Garbage. By the way, if you want to check it out, it's AI Garbage, which is a fitting fucking title because it's me singing, which should never happen. So we've got a few choices here, but I love that crooner shit. I love that old-fashioned crooner music. So we've got a few different things here. We've got My Way, Kick in the Head, Crawl Out of the Fallout. So let's go with that one. Crawl out to the fallout, baby, when they drop that bomb. Crawl out through the fallout with the greatest of aplomb.